the live button active. So I assume that's working. We're going to find out in a second. I'm waiting for... Oops, I hit the wrong button. Reload that. Here we are. Okay, that's working. Actually, you know what? I forgot. I have to turn this off. Sorry, I forgot. I knew there was one thing I forgot. I forgot to turn my phone to be silenced. I forgot to silence my phone. I forgot to turn my phone to be silenced. That's English. I forgot to silence my phone. Sorry. I was sitting there going, no, I got everything. Why is there one thing I'm forgetting? But I was focused on all the technical stuff. So, that's okay. That's how it goes. Sorry. Every time. Every time. Now, the question is the social stream thing showing up properly? Is that social stream? There it is. Okay, let's see. There should only be the one, which is probably, I guess that. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. Okay. Well, let's do our testing. Test 1. I heard it, and I see it. Let's do test 2, or est2, I guess, in this case, and test 3. Okay, everything looks good. So let's go ahead and shrink all that stuff down. Since we appear to be working, appear. I do use the word very specifically, appear to be working. All right. Let's see, did I hit that button? Just a moment. Ooh, excuse me. Do that, and we need to go to, oh, that was not the button I meant to push. It's okay. It's just gonna launch a window that I'll close in a second, so it's fine. Not a huge deal, just what it is. Did I post that or not? I did. Okay, 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 and okay. All right, we are done. Close Discord, please. I do not need Farrago open. I can close the studio window over here, and I can move my keyboard really quick. Sorry, give me a second here. Keyboard can move up here, and let's move this. Let's get the iPad into place, and I think we are ready to go. So we're just going to go ahead and roll the opening there. Okay. Oh, 3 minutes this time, so not quite as quickly as the last time, but it's okay. Here we go. Okay. So let's see. Oh, I think I just need to close this window because I don't need it anymore. So close that window. Thank you. Okay, everything is done. All right, let me get a quick sip of water here, and we'll get going for this evening. A little shorter tonight. I think it's going to be about 45 minutes or so. And I'm going to be working on Destro from G.I. Joe, which, depending on how old you are, you might not even know what that is. It's okay. Destro, I'll have to admit, I was never the biggest fan of G.I. Joe, to be honest. It was not a cartoon I really watched that I can even remember. Or at least, I didn't watch it a lot. But I did remember Destro because Destro, if you've never seen the show, has... I used to think his head was metal, that he had an actual silver metal head, but in fact, no. He wears a silver helmet that somehow moves, whatever, to cover up his face because he's an international gun runner in the in the lore of the show. It doesn't make any sense to me either. But I always liked Destro because I thought he was neat looking. So we're going to do a little Destro here. And I'm going to try something. Actually, you know what? That might be a good idea, is to do this as like a blue color. Maybe something like, instead of doing black. I don't know. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do a new layer, number 1. What is this? Where is this? What is this and where is this? Where was that? Hold on a minute. Oh, I know what that was. That was sealing the bottom of this collar. I got it. Okay. So that's, yeah, this all needs to just go together because it's basically the same thing. We can merge that down. We can merge that down. And we can merge that down. Now we have that. Now where is this? Okay, that's one of the, okay, got it. So that We can merge this down. That's the collar. Yep. That's ear. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a new layer right here. And let's start putting in some of this. Now, I mean, his head's supposed to be metal. So this is not going to be like ordinary shading at all. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. Because with metal, you don't really do shading. Metal is reflections. So it's a little different than the usual way of doing things. So I'm not quite sure on how I'm going to do this exactly. I'm going to follow these lines, but I don't know what the ultimate color is going to be of these. Because again, with metal, you're not really doing traditional shading. Not the way you would on an ordinary picture. So you have to do these kind of like swirly lines, and this all is like a... I don't even know how to describe what it is, but it's not just normal shading. It's its own weird thing. And I don't generally do a lot of images with metallic shading like this, or metallic reflections. But I've always admired people who can, so I've always wanted to do something like that. And like I said, since I like Destro, I was kind of like, well, I mean, if I'm going to try it and see if I really am terrible at it, then I might as well try it with Destro, because he's the most natural kind of character to try it with. So we'll see how it goes. Where's the edge of that? Yeah, see, that's going to be the trick. The trick with this is to... Well, I shouldn't have started there. There we go. The trick with this is to get this to look... I don't like that. I think my original curve was better. There we are. So you want it to follow kind of the contours of the face, but then you also have to figure out how to make it look like reflections, and that's the tricky bit. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I really don't. I have no idea how I'm going to make it work. I truly do not. Nope, not like that, though. Can tell you it's not going to be like that. You know what? I'll just join it later, because if I spend all my time trying to figure out that, if I was just doing that, I'll never get it done. Yep. Just do that. Okay. Let's see. See, I mean, that's going to envelop that whole thing. I don't even think I'm going to have that line anymore. Let's see here. And I have to be careful not to go over any of my lines. So at some point, I'm going to need another layer to make sure I don't overlap anything that's going to have to get erased, because obviously I'm going to have to clean this up a little bit at some point. But I would like to make this work. I would actually like to get this to look like metal, like a metal head with reflections and everything. I don't know if I can manage it. I really don't. But I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a shot. It's all you can do sometimes, is just see what you can do. You know? So we'll give it a try. Wow. That was just really lucky. I did not even plan to have those lines intersect. And they did. Okay. Alright, probably should get a new layer now. Because now we're getting into some interesting stuff. Bring that up. Got lucky there, because that line intersected very well. Okay. Bring that through. Okay. Alright, well, let's see how we're going to do this. We'll just start with this for now. Let's just fill that in, because I know it's going to fill in. But I'm going to need an angled line for that other part. So we'll get back to that shortly. Okay. I might as well just start Xing in the black areas, because I know what they're going to be. We're going to figure that out, but not right this second. Let's see what we can do with that later. Not something I have to figure out this moment. Okay. X. Yeah, the eyes. I got to figure the eyes out too. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about doing everything in one shot. To some degree, this is going to be kind of a work as it goes type of thing. going to worry about that because that's going to get subsumed by that. So we X that. Like some of these lines are going to disappear just because I'm not going to need them. So, all right, let's do that. This will come up like this. Swirl up in there. Okay, let's do... That line was never great to begin with, so we're going to go ahead and use this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm just going to do this. Have it come around, and that will take over that line. Here we are. So we X that in. Okay. We X that in. Yeah, I'm going to need another layer because I'm not going to be able to intersect that without causing a problem. Okay, so then this comes up. Goes into there, sort of. And then this is going to come out. I like it. Hold on, I gotta get this right. Nope. Gotta get it right. Otherwise, there's no point. Okay, got it. I'm not worried about that little squiggle because you're not going to see it. So that part is okay. Okay, well, this is interesting. How did I plan to do this? All right, let's try going that. Then this is going to come down. Goes along the jawline. Yeah, this is going to be really weird. Oh, no, that's terrible. Can't do that. Okay. And then I can just do that. And, oh, yeah. This. There we are. Okay, so we X that, we X that, we X that. And we come up like this. Okay. X that. Alright. New layer. Because now we gotta figure this out. So we're gonna bring that like this. That comes through here. Okay. Then we need to sweep this up. Not worried about that line particularly. That line's okay. Sweep this through here. Come back up. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Hold on a minute. Actually, no, that could work. That can work. That can work. We just need to do something like this. And then bring it in here. Sweep that through there. Okay, we got that. That's done. Let's bring that like that. Okay, X, X. X that. Okay. Did I miss anything? Yes. Alright, that's coming down, so we're going to have this. This comes up. Goes there. Sweeps into the nose. And this part comes down and dips right there. Okay. X. Okay, let's start cleaning things up. Well, I know I'm going to need that, so hold on. Let me see this. This layer's where? No, this layer's fine for this. I know I'm going to need this, so I might as well just do it now. So let's just form that right there. That's going to come around here. Yep, okay. And then I'm going to need this to arch up there. Come in here. Bang, 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 bang. Let's do X's, X's, X's. Okay. All right, now let's start cleaning things up. Yeah, start with this layer. So this layer. Okay, good, good. That's what I need. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's clean these edges. Clean these edges. Okay, let's go here. Let's clean this up. Something on my screen. Hold on. I can see it. Get off of there. I think I was pulling a piece of tape off something. I think it's just a bit of a sticky stuff left from the tape. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me just get my cleaning cloth because this is just dumb to have to put up with that. There we go. That took care of it. Yes. Okay. That's fine. That's okay. These come out. There we are. That comes down here. And let's see. Hey, Steve. Well, okay, hold on. The thing isn't working right. Hold on, Steve. Give me a second. I don't know why it's not showing the thing that you just typed there because I thought I had it. Hold on. Is it that? Is that it? Oh, that's definitely not it. Hold on a minute. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's always one thing. There's always one thing that just doesn't want to. Oh, is it that? Nope, it ain't that. There's always the one thing that just does not want to work. That's the dashboard. But oh, yeah, that is it. Okay, they're calling it dashboard. I see when they update things, they change the names. There we go. Oh, man, I tell you. Anyway, how you doing, Steve? Happy, what is it, Thursday? Thursday. Yeah, happy Thursday. Boy, now, of course, anybody, well, there's nobody else, just Steve. Boy, good time to be in Northern California, Steve, let me tell you. It does not look good down south. Now, anybody who's watching this later, this stream is taking place when there are 5 or 6, I'm not even sure at the moment, wildfires down in Southern California, which is terrible for anybody who's down there. And the thing about it is normally, Northern California is where there are a lot of fires. And this is a rare case where it's basically reversed. Yeah, no, I've checked in with some people I know down there. Unfortunately, everybody is fine. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm doing fine. Like I said, I got nothing to complain about at the moment. I really don't. But that's not great. The weather is just going crazy. It's just going crazy. So I don't know what that means as far as when things happen and how everybody's going to be ready for them. But it's what is it? It's January 9th. Yesterday was January 8th, and it was, I think, 70 degrees in Northern California, which, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's no such thing as winter in California. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But it's generally not 70 degrees. So, yeah. You know, yeah, I don't even know what to say about it anymore. It's just the things that we used to think of and expect from the weather are changing rapidly. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I had the windows open yesterday. I was like, well, okay, this is very nice weather. What do I have the windows closed for? There's no cold to worry about. You know, meanwhile, down where it's normally 72 all the time, it's like an inferno. So it's just crazy. Crazy stuff. I don't know. What are you going to do? My reaction to that is to draw Destro, I guess. Because I can't control the weather. And even if I could control it, I wouldn't be able to figure it out at this point. So it sounds like they're getting somewhat of a handle on the fires, though, so that's hopefully a good sign. I think they're making better. Is that going to be a class? No, this is how Destro looks. It's funny. I always just remember Destro having a silver head, but I never really looked. Oh, a cloak. You know what? That thing around his head is ridiculous, but if you look it up, that's what he looks like. He's got this big... I don't know what to call what this is. This collar he's got it's really strange, but that's how he looks. Destro is a weird character. I mean, he's a weird character. If you ever actually see a pictures of what Destro looks like, it is the weirdest character design I think I've ever seen. I shouldn't say ever seen, but it's pretty weird because it just, I mean, I guess the collar is supposed to have, because, you know, the whole thing with Cobra is everybody's snake themed. If you never watched G.I. Joe, which, like I said, I didn't, but I know enough. Everybody's got a snake theme. And Destro, the closest he comes, is this collar that sort of looks like Snake something. What is? Hold on a minute. What is Destro's background? Yeah, I know he's a fictional character. No kidding. He is a Scottish leader of the Iron Grenadiers. I don't think you're supposed to say Grenadiers because there's an I in there. And founder of Mars Industries, a weapons manufacturer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is Destro, like, most of G.I. Joe, I could forget about. I don't care. That was never a show that, wow, his actual name is Destro the 14th? There have been 14 Destros before him? Wow, okay. James McCullen Destro the 14th, Laird of the Castle Destro of the Scottish Highlands. What is this? Yeah, and he's supposed to be wearing a mask, right? Here's a nice bit for you, everybody. Destro's key characteristics are his sense of honor, a calm demeanor, and love for Cobra's second-in-command, the Baroness. Well, honestly, I mean, who doesn't love the Baroness? He wears a mask forged from beryllium steel. Yeah, and yet I seem to remember it moving when he talked. I don't remember the cartoon. I'd have to go watch. I thought when he talked, his mouth moved and everything. Which, if he's wearing a steel mask, don't get me wrong, it's a cartoon, so, it's a kind of a... Oh, wait, did I go... I think I went one layer too far down there. Hold on. Yeah, I did. I want to leave that... it is a cartoon. What are you going to do? But, I'm just saying, it seems like it'd be difficult to talk when your head is covered in a steel mask. I don't know. I've never worn one, so I can't say for sure. But it seems like that would not be the first choice for somebody who wants to be able to, have their face move. I don't know. What can I tell you? But anyway, yeah, we're drawing Destro because he's got a steel head, so whatever. And I always want to draw somebody with, like, shiny reflections for a face, I guess. So, and since I'm doing a shorter stream tonight, this seemed like something fun to do without having to put too much thought into it. So, anyway, Steve, how are you doing? How's it going? Yeah, Slack started flipping out on me, and I have to reinstall it. It doesn't open properly. There's a lot of inside baseball for anybody who doesn't know this, but the way Steve and I talk is generally on Slack, and Slack just stopped working for me. I don't know how long ago it would open, and this is okay. Let's do a mini rant on progressive web apps and why I don't like them. This is why I don't like them. I wish that everybody just made a full app. Just make an app for whatever you have as a platform, because I do not enjoy progressive web apps because they tend to start flipping out for no reason, or you find out that whatever browser you use suddenly did an update that somebody at another company didn't like, and so they don't bother updating their progressive web app to work properly, and so it just starts going crazy, and now you have, instead of an app that can be supported, you just have nothing. So, yeah. I don't like progressive web apps. I know everybody loves them. I don't. Kind of like a lot of things in the world, I would like it to be something that is fully made to work properly on its own and not being a progressive web app. I know that makes me sound like I'm 100 years old. Whatever. All I know is that when a progressive web app doesn't work, you have a very hard time trying to find out why it doesn't work, because everybody starts pointing at each other. Whereas an app, if a company develops it, then you go to that company and say, why is this not working? And they typically have to come up with an answer. So I know that's not a universal thing. I know progressive web apps work differently depending on what platform you're talking about. I'm just saying that I miss being able to actually, figure out who made something and make them fix it. Oh, I missed something. Let me get this. I realized I just missed that right there. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Slack. I mean, Slack, I think, Slack's feeling a lot like Skype these days, which is not a good thing. Like they had a chance to really capitalize on something, they missed it, and now they don't know how they're going to survive. It's feeling like that. So I don't know if that's really the case or not, but I don't know. Maybe they're getting ready to get acquired. Who knows? That wouldn't shock me if we suddenly heard that Slack was being acquired by If I had to guess, it'd be Microsoft. But maybe not, since Microsoft completely botched it with Skype. Maybe they wouldn't want to try it again with Slack, even though, you know. Thoughts on the new Superman trailer? Geez, did we talk about it? Did we talk about it on the show? Did I forget? Did we talk about it? Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Because Lando said, yeah, as soon as crypto showed up, you loved it. Yeah, no, I did. I forgot. I know. I the memory of a cheesecloth. Hold on. Anyway, yes, the trailer looks great. The trailer looks fantastic. I hope it's as good as it looks. I'm always suspicious, but I don't see any of the misery and depression and, Superman's not going to save people-ness of the Snyder stuff. Oh, man, where did I see it? Some doofus. I think on one of the YouTube videos. I think I just deleted the comment because I was like, you're an idiot. Somebody said something about, oh, the Snyderverse is great, man. You've got it all wrong. I'm like, okay, bye. No, bye. Yes. Don't start me. We'll be here for 50 minutes of me ranting about how Zack Snyder obviously wanted to make Superman into anything but Superman and succeeded because, it's not Superman. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on in that movie, but it ain't Superman. That's all I can tell you. Past that, I don't know. But it ain't Superman. That I can say very definitively, that whatever that person is in those movies, it ain't Superman. So I don't know. So it already looks better just because I don't see any of that influence in there. So that's an immediate plus right off the bat. Wait a minute. If this is a steel mask, hold on a second. How can he see out of this? Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, the picture I'm looking at, there's no eye holes. How is he seeing out of this mask? This mask makes no sense. Okay, all right. Well, certain people... Okay, I am seeing somewhere... Oh, interesting. That's actually... Okay. I guess I had forgotten this. So, apparently, no, his eyes are black. So, he does have eye holes. I was gonna say, wait a minute. This is like Doctor Doom. Like, how is he seeing out of there? Okay, got it. All right, yeah. So, it is like Doctor Doom. So, he's got... I guess I have to draw little eyes. Hold on. I'm going to draw him little eyes. Because he's got... All right, where do I want him to be looking? Do I want him to be looking at you or away? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see here. Okay. Hey, that's not bad. If he's looking at you, that's actually kind of sinister. Hold on. Well, it's not until he's got a second eye, though. All right, let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Yeah, he's wearing a mask. He doesn't have a silver head. I used to think that when I was younger. I thought he had a silver head. No, it's a mask. It's a mask that apparently one of his ancestors had to wear because they committed a crime or something. This is what I read off Wikipedia about 5 minutes ago. So, I don't know. But yeah, it's a mask. I know. I when I was younger, I thought he had a silver head. He does not. He just has a silver mask. Which, I don't know, that's not that... It's not like it's massively less weird that he's got a silver mask that he wears all the time. And by the way, go look up the pictures of him. Not only does he have... Okay, so let's just flesh this, literally. Let's flesh this out really quick. Because I just want you to get an idea of what we're doing here. So, let me get I don't know what the Scottish skin tone would be, but let's say it's roughly that. Right? This is bare skin down here. Okay? And then he's got like black leather on everywhere else. So he's kind of Judas Priest looking type of guy. But the thing that I left out that in many images he has is this huge red ruby jewel like right here that he's wearing around his neck. But it's so ridiculously oversized, I couldn't bring myself to put it in the picture because it just looks so stupid. But this, I'm telling you, this character's look is so wild for G.I. Joe, which is basically all the good guys are, you know, roughly military, except for the gimmick characters like Refrigerator Perry, who was a football player, that kind of stuff. Like, they had the gimmicky characters, and they, you know, Sergeant Slaughter, the wrestler, you know, but I mean, even his thing was military. He was still military. He was just kind of he was a wrestler, whatever. And that's okay, but Destro, because all the main characters I remember, I mean, Baroness is basically, she has a giant cobra on her outfit. Otherwise, she's in black leather because, you know, it's the 80s, and what were you going to do? And you weren't going to have a female character that wasn't all sex appeal in the 80s. Sorry, that's just the way that it was. So we all know what the Baroness's deal was. We know why that character existed for that show. I think they've modernized her in recent years, but they certainly weren't doing much of it back then. And then, you know, Serpentor and Cobra Commander and all the, you know, they were all snake-themed-ish, you know, more or less. I think the main tank for the Cobras was called the Hiss tank, like Hiss or something. And then you've got Destro. Destro, who's a Scottish arms dealer with a metal head. What is this? And this jewel, what is the jewel? Hold on, what is the jewel about? I'm curious. What is this jewel for? Because they must mention this thing, right? They must. Hold on, profile. What is the jewel? I have to know what this jewel is now. Forced to wear a steel mask for his crimes. The Destro clan. Oh boy, look at this. Turned it into a symbol of pride, passing it. Oh, here it is. He also wears on a neck chain his family crest bearing an ancient Scottish emblem symbolizing ancient power. What? It's just a ruby or something. What do you mean a symbol? What symbol? That's a symbol of what? Whatever. It's a red stone. There's no symbol on there. Okay, whatever. They're just making crap up now. Fine. It doesn't matter. I'm just curious. I was curious what the red thing was, and I really didn't get an answer. Because, you know, whatever. It was a children's cartoon. I don't think they were all that concerned with really fleshing out what everything meant. So, that's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I understand. Got it. He's a Scottish arms dealer who wears a giant ruby because his dad got in trouble in Scotland. Okay, sure. Fine. Okay. It doesn't really matter. It has no bearing on this drawing whatsoever. If anything, I'm more thrilled at how ridiculous this character is the more I find out about him. So, yeah, Destro's now my favorite character of G.I. Joe. Because he's utterly silly. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, come on. It's a symbol of his... Oh, give me a break. Anyhow. So yeah, Destro. Where was I going for? Oh yeah, so the Superman trailer looks good. I mean, it looks really good. I love Krypto. Krypto is prominently featured as an excellent dog, as he should be, with superpowers and a cape, as he should be shown. So far, if nothing else, it's not trying to get anywhere near what Zack Snyder was doing, and I think that's nothing but good. So just on the fact that it's staying away from anything in that realm is good news. You know, whether it's going to be a really great movie on its own, separate from that, we'll have to see. You know, James Gunn generally has made good movies for Marvel. We'll have to see what he ends up doing with DC. But I certainly would rather see him have it. Do you think he'll actually watch it? Well, okay. Let's start with this. I'm not going to a theater to see it. I'm done with theaters. I'm done. I was almost done before the pandemic. I'm completely past theaters now. So, will I watch it? If it comes out and I read the right things, which is mostly going to be that it's hopeful and optimistic and it's, you know, and I like Mr. Terrific too, who is, and the Green Lantern, I don't know how they're going to handle the Green Lantern. Green Lantern's tricky. We'll see. You know, everybody's flipping out over the terrible haircut that Nathan Fillion's got. That's a start, but that's not all there is to it. You got to do more with that. So, yeah, we'll see. But I like Mr. Terrific. I mean, the character looks perfectly exactly what I would want him to be from the comics. If Superman is a force for good in the world, that's going to be a huge benefit right there, and it's going to, I think that will carry the movie quite a ways. So as long as I don't hear the wrong things about it, then yeah, I'm going to watch it, because I'm not somebody who's not going to watch something just because it's not Christopher Reeve anymore. I mean, look, Christopher Reeve is gone. And even if he wasn't gone, he'd certainly be too old to be playing the character. That's okay. You know, I don't need it to be him. Like I said, the main thing for me is the character has to feel like Superman. If it does that, if what I read and what the reviews say is, okay, this feels like a return to what Superman was before Zack Snyder came along and decided to make him into whatever he was that was absolutely not Superman, then yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. You know, I'm just not, but I'm not going to automatically assume it's going to be good just because it doesn't look like Man of Steel. Yeah, everything about it looks good. It all looks good. There was nothing in the trailer that I had any concerns about. There really wasn't. You know, because I as an example, as a comparison, not a direct comparison because it's not a superhero movie, but when the Alien Romulus trailer came out, I remember watching it and going, why are there jumping face huggers? And that was an automatic kind of red flare to me, or a red flag that I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I need jumping face huggers. You know, a lot of movies I'll see things and I'm like, I'm not sure about that. You know, there's little things that I'm sitting there going, we'll see. But that wasn't really the case with this. I really didn't, there was nothing I can think of in that trailer where I went, I don't know. It all looked good. I like that there's a lot of color. You know, I don't even mind the costume that much. I saw some people complaining about the costume. I think it's fine. You know, I know they always have to reinvent the costume. I don't really know why. I think that costume, the original, works very well. But I don't care. I don't think it's... I didn't even really... Honestly, I didn't really hate the Zack Snyder change on the costume either. Not the way some people did. I thought the colors were a little weirdly muted, but then again, it was a miserable Superman. So, you know what? I guess the colors should be miserable because he was miserable. And you were just supposed to feel bad. So I guess, why shouldn't the costume look like crap? Because, or not really the costume, but the colors. Why shouldn't the colors look terrible? Because you were supposed to feel terrible, because it was a terrible movie with a terrible Superman. So, sure. But I don't mind the new costume. I think it looks fine. You know, I know Supergirl's in it too, and I like Supergirl when she's done well. I liked Supergirl, the show. I liked Supergirl in the Flash movie, which otherwise was pretty forgettable, but I liked the Supergirl in there. It's kind of too bad they didn't keep that actress, because I thought she did a good job. You know, I liked her in it. And so everything that I saw in the trailer and what I've heard as far as what they're doing with the character, it all sounds good. It all sounds like James Gunn, either because the Snyder movies failed or because he genuinely just didn't agree with the direction, is not going forward with the Zack Snyder interpretation of a Superman character. I don't even want to call it Superman, because I don't believe it is Superman. It's Zack Snyder wanted to make a movie about a terrible Superman, and he happened to get to call it Superman. That's what that movie is. Garbage is what that movie is. I mean, really, just terrible. Terrible movie. Anyway, so yeah, I hope it's good. I don't want it to be terrible. Yeah, depressed Superman. Yeah, depressed, basically sociopathic Superman. Nah, don't save the kids. Don't save your dad. It's not as if you can go so fast nobody can see you. Except you can, because that's a basic Superman power. But okay, sure. Yeah. And also, by the way, to keep just piling onto that movie, I really liked Kevin Costner as the dad, and they wasted him. I think Kevin Costner is a great Pa Kent. Could you imagine if he'd been a warm, loving, kind of empathetic, and morally, positive character? Could have been really good. Instead, oh, you got to be careful about saving a busload of kids because somebody might see that you saved them. And, I don't know, they might know you're an alien. No. Yeah, the hold the hand up. Yeah, don't... Yeah. Garbage. That film is garbage. Holds his hand up. Crazy. But like I said, it's clearly a movie. Man of Steel was a movie made by people who either didn't know what Superman was or hated the character. I don't know which it is. I really don't. Also, I don't care. It was just not good. It was just simply not good. And it was not Superman. So, just the fact that this new trailer looks like a nearly complete reversal of what Zack Snyder was doing by itself makes me want to see it. And like I said, the benefit of my I'm not going back to theaters policy is I don't have to worry about going to a movie and then realizing I made a mistake in buying the ticket. I'll know well ahead of time whether I'm going to be watching it or not, whether it's any good or not, because the nice part is there's lots of people who review movies, and there's quite a few that I trust the opinion of. And based on what those people say and the specific things that they point out that they did or didn't like about the movie, that's what's going to get me to see it or not. And, I'll watch it at home whenever it becomes available on, I don't know, whatever streaming service. Usually it's all at once. Whoops. So probably on Amazon or Apple TV or whatever. And if it's good, I will be thrilled to watch a good Superman movie and then do a review of it and say, hey, guess what? It's a good Superman movie, everybody. That will be quite a nice thing to say after a very long run of not good Superman movies. Because, yeah. I don't really know what else to say about the Snyder stuff that hasn't already been said. And I'm not even that negative about Zack Snyder. I actually don't mind his stuff most of the time. I do mind it when he functionally and foundationally does not understand a character that I happen to like. So that bothers me. But, at the same time, whatever. I watched Man of Steel once, and I'm never watching it again. I watched Batman 5 Superman about 5 minutes through and stopped because I went, yep, this is not for me. And I'll never watch it in my life again. I did watch the Justice League film, not only the original, but the Zack Snyder cut. And that's one, if I'm being honest, and I say this in my review, I think Zack Snyder's longer version was better. Much better, in fact. It's actually not a bad movie. It's probably the best Zack Snyder DC movie of all of them. And I'm not even saying that as a, like a backhanded compliment. That's just a legitimate, it's a good movie. It's a shame that it came at the tail end of so many bad decisions that started with Superman. I really do wonder if Zack Snyder had not picked Superman as the first character to do, if he had done Batman, who is, when you really break it down, is a miserable character because, he's stuck in a perpetual my parents got killed in front of me nightmare. So maybe if he had done that character instead of Superman, maybe it would be a much different world that we're in. But nope, he decided to take what has traditionally been a character that symbolizes hope and optimism, and he decided to make him miserable. And oh boy, did that not work out. So that's just how it is. All right, well, we're at 45 minutes, and that's exactly where I wanted to be. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here, although I do want to just put in, just so I have a note for this later, the background of the color is going to be, this is all different reds. So just do that so I've got that in the thing here. So we'll do the same red, but we'll brighten this one up a bit. Let's say 55 up. We'll give it a nice saturation boost. And then the outer ring we're going to make a little darker. And we'll pull some, no, we'll actually boost saturation on that too, but let's boost it at 65. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that's going to be the, whoops, that color. Whoa, oh, there it goes. My computer just crapped out. Well, okay. Could it be now? And there it goes. I don't know if the stream's still going, but if it is, I'm just going to stop it because it's going to crash anyway. So take care, everybody.